Xianyun, Bird Mommy, we are gonna go see you today, and I'm super excited to learn your story. So we're gonna go hang out with Xianyun today and see what she's all about. 1,000 moonlit miles, leisurely chatter. Paimon has a sudden yearning for the quirky stories told by Cloud Retainer. We need more Ganyu baby stories. Go to Mount Alkane, I can't say that word, to see this adeptus with whom you are quite familiar. Yes, let's go hang out with Bird Mommy.
There's so many places lately. What do you say we take a day off from adventuring and just find somewhere nice to relax?
What?
Let Paimon think. Where are some nice places we could go? Oh, why don't we pay Cloud Retainer a visit at Mount Altsong?
That's what we're gonna go do.
It's been a while since we last saw that illuminated bird. She's always the one popping up out of nowhere and scaring us half to death. So let's surprise her this time.
Yeah, let's go ruffle her feathers.
Here we are, right outside her place.
Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Bird Mommy, Xianyun.
Do you still remember the first time we came here?
Yes.
We even brought offerings and everything.
I remember.
And when we told her that Rex Lapis had been assassinated, she immediately threatened to squash Liyue Harbor.
Uh-huh.
Paimon thought she'd be impossible to get along with. But now that we've spent some more time together, she's really not like that at all.
No, she's pretty cool.
We probably don't need to bring any offerings now that we've gotten to know her pretty well, right? Still, Paimon's got some snacks around here somewhere, so if she really wants something, we could just use that.
Yeah, go digging in your diaper.
Huh? Traveler, did something catch your eye?
Wow, don't think we've ever seen her before.
Whoa, what a pretty lady. Is she also here to visit Cloud Retainer?
Oh my god. Just look at her, man. Jeez, dude. She is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I can't even. It seems like she could also be a powerful adeptus.
Yeah, you're right. All it takes is one look and you can tell she's someone special. As expected of that bird lady, really. She must have a whole bunch of Adepti friends from all over the country.
I'm sure. Those eyes, dude.
Okay, but if we're both friends of Cloud Retainer, then we're basically friends by association, right? Want to go up to her and say hello?
Who knew you were such a social butterfly, Paimon? I'll leave the introductions to you. No, I want to introduce myself.
Helping you make more connections is a part of Paimon's job as your reliable guide. Paimon's got this.
All right, Paimon.
Hello.
Dude, her outfit, man. Yes. Hi.
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Paimon, just say everything in a nice, even tone, Paimon. Just say hello. Hi.
Paimon doesn't think we've met, but we're also friends of Cloud Retainer. May we have the pleasure of learning your name, Madam Adeptus?
She's gonna be like, I am Cloud Retainer. Come, sit down. Let me tell you all about Shinha and Ganyu.
You two...
Hi!
What is this tomfoolery? Has this shift in form so clouded your eyes that you no longer recognize one anymore?
I recognized you. I did immediately.
Wait, you're...
Cloud Retainer!
Huh? You're the illuminated bird? But you look... human! How did that happen?
See, this is what I want to learn. I want to learn how she goes from being a crane into a human.
Oh, donning human form is scarcely any test of one's abilities. As for your confusion, one merely had no reason to indulge such inclinations before.
So, you're indulging now because?
Well, one has made plans to pay a visit to some disciples at Liyue Harbor. Taking on a human form for such a trip is simply a way to make matters less conspicuous.
Yeah, I think they'd probably freak out if they saw a talking crane too. No, I agree.
You? Worrying about keeping a low profile? You're the one who likes to pop up out of nowhere all over the place. In fact, Paimon can think of several examples. Like last year, when you suddenly appeared on the top of a roof without any warning. Or...
Paimon just straight up calling her out. Yes, oh, I'm sorry. It feels like Cloud Retainer has her reasons, but doesn't want to discuss them too openly. I almost forgot. Paimon brought you some gifts.
Hey, didn't we agree not to bring that up unless she asked?
Look, we're just trying to be nice, Paimon, okay? We can give up a little bit of food. It's fine. You're fine. You're not going to starve.
Oh, so you have taken care to follow the proper rules of etiquette after all. Most commendable.
Yeah, here you go. Dude, she's beautiful. Cloud Retainer tries but fails to look indifferent as Paimon knowingly. I couldn't read it that fast.
Well, this is all Paimon's got. You don't mind, right?
One has never found oneself lacking in basic comforts. On the contrary, it is the gesture that one values above all else. So long as you've shown proper respect and consideration, the quantity or quality of the gift is but a trivial matter.
Oh, so we can just basically give you anything is what you're saying.
That kind of makes Paimon feel a little guilty for trying to keep them for herself.
You should feel
Anyway,
guilty.
Where were we before you reminded Paimon about the gifts?
Cloud Retainer said that she's going to visit some of her disciples.
Ah, right. So by disciples, you must mean Ganyu and Shenhe. It's also been a while since we last saw them. Maybe we can come too.
Yes, I want to go see Ganyu and Shenhe, please. Please tell us all the baby stories, please. Can you pull out the photo albums? Like, just bring out a photo album and we'll look at all the baby pictures of Shenhe and Ganyu. Because I'm sure that they were like just cutie patooties.
One planned to extend the invitation even if you had not raised the matter yourself. Shenhe and Ganyu should be quite pleased to see you again.
I can't wait to see Shenhe and Ganyu.
However, one would first inquire as to the reason behind your visit here. You have cause to seek one's company?
No reason in particular. We just wanted to come and say hello.
Yeah, we just found ourselves missing you and wanted to see how you were doing.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
were hoping you'd tell us one of your stories. Who knew we'd run into your human form while we were at it?
Yeah, stories. Story time.
Is that so? If there are no urgent matters at hand, then let us make haste for Liyue Harbor.
Let's go.
Ganyu is likely still working at Yue High Pavilion, so that shall be our first stop.
Let's go.
Sounds great! Then let's all go to Liyue Harbor!
Woohoo! Dude, look at this, man. Like, her, just in the back. That's awesome. I just love her character design. 1,000 moonlit miles. Let's go to Liyue
Ganyu
Harbor.
has been quite busy with work as of late. One can count on one talon the number of times she returns to Mount Outsong each year. Shenhe has also secured employment recently.
Ooh, where's
In her
she working?
correspondence with me, she wrote that she shall have no need to return for the foreseeable future. Did they think one was so easily mollified? One shall investigate everything with one's own eyes and decide for oneself if their living conditions are satisfactory.
So Shenhe got a job. Ooh, I wonder what she's doing. And look at her walk, man.
We're almost
She
at
is
Liyue
shaking those
Pavilion.
hips.
Hey, do you think Ganyu will be shocked to see Cloud Retainer like this?
No, I don't think so. Has Ganyu ever seen her like this? How come Ganyu's never mentioned seeing Cloud Retainer in her human form? Ooh, that's an interesting question.
Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before.
That's what I just said.
Wait, where did she go?
Did she fly away? She's back there. She didn't come with us. What? She didn't come with us? I just saw her.
Why are you just standing there, Cloud Retainer?
Hi.
Quietly now. One shall stay here. You two can go and meet with her.
Maybe Ganyu hasn't seen her like this before.
But why? Isn't it better if we all go together?
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence, Ganyu would surely profess herself otherwise unoccupied and drop everything to attend to one's visit. One fears that would only result in her staying up all night to make up for lost time.
Well, maybe she could just take a little 10-minute break. You know what I mean?
One does not wish to trouble her. Conversing vicariously via you two shall suffice. Do remember to inquire as to her recent well-being. Again, do not mention one's presence here.
Okay, now I wonder why she's acting this way. Like, why don't you want to know why? Like, actually, why do you not want Ganyu to know that you're here? I don't think Ganyu's maybe seen her like this before.
Fair enough. Makes sense. All right, then. We'll just pass on your regards and...
Cloud Retainer?
Oh! Whoops. Sorry. Yes? Oh, is she gonna run? Is she gonna fly away?
Oh, busted.
Yeah. Whoops. Well.
Is that lady someone you know, Ms. Ganyu?
Hi, Ganyu.
She is indeed. I'm sorry, Huixin, but could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit? I believe my schedule today is quite full. Although, perhaps I could move some work to later in the evening.
Oh, there's Ganyu, always working.
Oh, not to worry, Ms. Ganyu. I'll make the necessary arrangements right away.
Thank you, Huixin.
Ganyu's so cute. Ganyu's just such a cutie patootie.
It's been a while, Ganyu.
Hi.
Greetings. What brings you here today?
So good to see you.
Cloud Retainer, too. It's been quite some time since I last saw you in this form.
What is going on with you? How come you just can't be like, hey, Ganyu, how's it going?
You are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted with this Cloud Retainer of whom you speak. One is simply a mere mortal passerby.
Huh?
Yeah, what?
Seems she's not buying it.
No, Ganyu saw right through her. Yeah.
That was but a simple test. One did not expect you to be able to recognize one so easily, especially after so many years of only seeing one's other form.
Well, you're pretty unforgettable. I'm not gonna lie. If I came across someone that looked and dressed like this, do you know what I mean? If I came across someone like randomly looked and dressed like this and met them, and then 10 years later met them again, I would remember I met them. Like, I would remember that. Ganyu looks totally bewildered. She's thinking, why wouldn't I recognize you? I used to see you every day. How bad do you think my memory is?
But recognizing you is, my responsibility as your disciple.
An apt observation.
Okay, what's going on here?
One was simply passing by while attending to some important business. One thought it would only be fitting to pay you a visit while in the area.
Wait, Paimon wasn't aware of any important...
Paimon almost blabbed.
Cloud Retainer's right. We've still got something super important to do, so we can't stay here for too long today.
Oh,
I love
is
Paimon.
that so? But it's been so long since we last saw each other.
One simply desired to see you and had no intention of interrupting your work. A quick conversation should suffice for today. A more involved reunion should wait until you find yourself less occupied.
Ooh.
I understand. That should be fine.
Now I feel bad for Ganyu. It's like she just wants to hang out with Cloud Retainer and be like, oh my god, it's been so long since I've seen you. Like, let's go have a drink. And Cloud Retainer's like, no.
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day, one must also remind you to rest. Though Adepti blood flows through your veins, excessive exhaustion will still cause grave harm to your body.
All right, here's how I look at it. All right, Cloud Retainer is trying to be mom to Ganyu. Ganyu is like old enough to make her own decisions. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's trying to baby her, basically, or be the mom right now.
It still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent. When you were young, you oft begged one to cuddle you to sleep when you suffered from nightmares.
Cloud
Embarrassing.
Retainer, stop!
Poor Ganyu.
If you insist. We are running short on time regardless, so one will refrain from going into each and every story. Why don't you continue your conversation?
I want to hear.
I shall simply stand by and listen.
You discuss some of your recent adventures with Ganyu.
Wow.
Ganyu's been
You've
crazy.
been to so many new places since the last time we spoke.
Yeah.
If you ever need anything, please just come find me at Yue High Pavilion.
Will do. I adore you, Ganyu. Absolutely adore you.
Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloud Retainer, but if you plan to continue appearing in this form, don't you think it'd be helpful to adopt a human name?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
A human name?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. You raise a valid point. Considering the sheer extent of one's renown, Cloud Retainer is surely too recognizable as a name.
True.
You really think so? Not that you're not famous or anything, but that famous?
She's pretty famous, Paimon, I would say.
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements. One would hardly think such a thing to be possible. Nevertheless, Ganyu's advice cannot be ignored. From this point on, when in public occasions, be sure to refer to one as Xianyun.
Xianyun will do. No problem. How did she pick that name?
Xianyun?
Xianyun.
I assume that's a reference to the full record of Pristine Pavilion.
What?
An adeptus of years past would rise with the clouds and rest with the moon. They were enlightened and wise, free and unfettered. The writer referenced Master's name to describe her carefree and spontaneous nature.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds super cool!
Yeah.
Paimon feels like only the most powerful of Adepti could rise with the clouds and rest with the moon.
I agree. She's pretty powerful.
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe Cloud Retainer herself.
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I would be pretty intimidated by her.
And what of it? Did you truly take one to be nothing more than a bird of bigger than average size?
No, not at all. Nope.
Not exactly.
No, not exactly. No, I agree, Paimon. Paimon looked away in embarrassment. That's totally what Paimon had in mind.
To be fair, Cloud Retainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. The tales of her past can only be found in ancient texts. It is said that once, a long time ago, there was a severe drought in Liyue. Left with no choice, many people left their homes, while others spent day and night praying to the Adepti.
Okay.
Although I did not live through such tragedy, simply reading about it is enough to gain a visceral understanding of all the pain and desperation during that time. On top of the drought, a noxious gas also began to spread through the land.
What?
If not for Cloud Retainer's efforts, much of Liyue would be nothing more than a barren wasteland today. The books had this to say about what happened.
Ooh, tell us.
Upon arrival, the Adeptus borrowed the wind to retain the clouds. Immediately, the clouds gathered together, and abundant rain burst forth from the heavens. Drought and plague were both driven away, and the people were saved.
Wow. That's incredible!
Yeah, that is. She's the hero of Liyue back in the day.
Mortal records add embellishments to dramatize past events. One did merely what one ought, and even if one had not interceded, the other Adepti would surely have stepped in to help.
She's been a little bit humble there.
Even so, you stopped an entire drought! Can you really control the weather like the book said?
Ooh, can you?
Oh, Paimon suddenly has a lot more respect for you. So it was Paimon's bad for calling you Illuminated Bird before. You're not too mad, are you?
Can you turn Paimon into a bird? That'd be awesome.
How laughable. A name is but a simple label we carry with us on our journey through the world. Why would one be offended by such a trivial matter?
That's a relief. In that case, Paimon will continue to call you whatever feels right in the moment.
She said to call her Xianyun.
Well, that is quite enough ancient history for now. Ganyu, have you had word from Shenhe?
Do we get to go see Shenhe?
One has heard that she procured a job recently. Have you any thoughts on her workplace? And what, pray tell, of her monthly remuneration?
Yeah. Tell us everything.
Moreover, does she find herself overly inundated with work? Is she allowed time off during Lantern Rite?
See, it just really sounds like she's really missing Ganyu and Shenhe. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh my god, I haven't seen them forever, I miss them, but I don't want to bother them at the same time type thing.
That is a lot of questions.
Yep.
There is no cause for concern, Cloud Retainer. I introduced Shenhe to her employer personally.
Where's she working?
Wanmin Restaurant's business has been booming recently. So with Chef Mao being swamped with customers, and Shangling still off and out in search of new recipes, I introduced Shenhe to staff the restaurant.
But Shinha doesn't eat food. She eats like herbs, right?
I see. Most excellent indeed. One has had the pleasure of being introduced to that family. Xiangling is kind and astute, while her father is loyal and reliable. One has no cause to believe that they will make Shenhe's work difficult. Now, it is almost time to partake in the victuals of noon. One shall visit Wanmin Restaurant in person and see how Shenhe is doing.
Oh, you're saying victuals of noon as in like lunch is what you're saying, right? Gotta go get some lunch?
Uh-huh. But didn't you just say that you had something important to do?
Can that wait until after we've eaten?
Yeah, it's okay. We gotta take a break, gotta get some foods.
You may return to your work, Xianyun.
No, come with
One shall
us.
see to this matter on one's own. There will be many an occasion to dine together in the future. One is certain the opportunity shall present itself most readily.
Sure, she can come with though.
Of course, Cloud Retainer. Please take care. Traveler, Paimon, I'll see you some other time.
Ganyu, it's so good to see you.
See you around, Ganyu!
Bye, I adore you. You're so sweet.
Paimon was pretty quick on the uptake there, don't you think? As soon as you mentioned important business to attend to, Paimon realized that you were just looking to cut the conversation short and not take too much of Ganyu's time. Is Paimon right?
You're right.
No, in fact, it was not an excuse. One is indeed visiting Liyue Harbor for an important purpose.
Wait, for real?
The moment is not yet upon us.
The moment.
Still, the truth will be revealed to you in time.
Are you hiding something from us?
She really seems to be playing up the whole mysterious Adeptus thing right now.
Yeah.
Is it because we just heard that cool story about her powers?
Maybe. There she is. Love Shinha
what
too.
I'm saying, right?
What?
Yeah, how can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a fine lady, eh?
Guys, don't be weird and creepy.
Oh, I'm far more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes. Hey, how about you ask her?
I think she would give him a swift kick in the butt.
You do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. I think you should. Wait, she's coming.
Oh, Lord.
What can I get for you today?
Oh, what are they going to do? Are they going to ask her out?
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering if you'd be willing to...
Grab a cup of coffee, go get a pizza, take a walk on the beach.
What would you like to order?
Oh. He scared him. She scared him.
2 servings of Mora meat to go. Good chat. Bye.
Bye. See you later. Shinha scared him off. I'm not gonna lie, I'd be a little terrified of Shinha too.
Shinha!
She'd be kind of intimidating.
Welcome. It's been a while. May I take your order?
No, we're not here to eat. Well, we are here to eat, but we're here to talk too.
Don't welcome us as guests and greet us as old friends in the same line. It's weird.
Yeah, it's been a while, Shinha. How you been? And?
Oh, and this is?
Does she not recognize her?
This is Miss Xianyun.
How does Shinha not recognize her?
Master?
Oh, she does.
One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before.
Ooh.
How were you able to ascertain one's true identity with such ease?
She's observant.
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years. I would recognize you no matter what form you take.
You...
Oh.
Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. One simply learned of your employment from your letter and came to check on your well-being.
Oh, this is such a good little interaction. Cause she's there for an instant. Xianyun showed a bit of feeling there.
And check out the great food too.
Yeah, we're hungry. I'm hungry.
Indeed. It's almost lunchtime. My apologies. I'm still on the clock and can't talk for very long.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon. Are you here for Shenhe?
Yeah, we are.
The lunch rush isn't in yet, Shenhe. So I've got things covered for now.
Thank you.
Go ahead, sit down and enjoy some time with your friends. I'll let you know if things pick up.
Thank you, Chef Mao.
Woohoo!
It is just as one expected. The owner of Wanmin Restaurant is indeed a most reasonable and accommodating human.
You know, it's very nice of him to give Shinha a break here.
Still, the work here entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
I think she can handle it.
It's been manageable so far. I sometimes run into strange people, but I have figured out a way to deal with them.
Yeah, just scare him to death like you did those two guys.
Seems like you've been making progress. So by dealing with them, you mean...
First, I try to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually decide they are in favor of a civil conversation.
Tries to talk sense into them, and they're like, she's like, I'll just murder you. How about that? What do you think about that, bro?
How should Paimon put this?
Hey, but it's reasonable though. I agree. I mean,
Oh, a sensible plan.
Yeah.
One is gladdened to see you integrate so well into human society.
She's doing such a good job.
And you, Master? How have you been?
Simply marvelous. Though Mount Outsong has scarcely enjoyed your presence recently, one has hardly found the pleasure of one's own company to be lacking.
I see. Just as expected of Master.
What she means to say is she actually misses the two of you a lot.
I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit Master.
Ooh.
Oh, you did? Do make note of such matters in your letters in the future. There's hardly a need to keep one in suspense.
She is trying so hard to not get emotional. She's trying so hard to be like the strong, you know, but you can tell there's cracks in her, like, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like cracks in her wall. She's got a wall up is what it is. And there's cracks in it.
Whoa. Her mood shot up just like that.
Yeah.
By the way, Master, since you are in Liyue Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
Oh yeah, we just saw her.
Indeed. She is similarly preoccupied with her work. There was time only to exchange a few simple pleasantries.
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
Yeah.
I see. In that case, allow me to also share a story about Master's past.
Hey, now we're getting stories about Cloud Retainer. Let's go. Forget the Shinhan baby stories and the Ganyu baby stories. Let's hear the Xianyun baby stories.
Oh?
Is that a problem, Master? I believe this to be a good topic of conversation.
Let's hear it.
No, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter. Please, proceed. One is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
Master once participated in a race against Mooncarver. After Mooncarver lost, he insisted that Master's ability to fly gave her a natural edge in such a contest.
It would be.
In response, Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the race. Mooncarver accepted, only to find Master with a brand new device on the day of the contest.
Huh. What kind of device was it?
Yeah.
It was a mechanical vehicle made out of iron. What was it called again? Oh, an electro-powered bicycle?
What? Like a motorcycle? Electric motorcycle?
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days conceptualizing and crafting it. It need only be infused with adeptal energy, and it can cover thousands of miles in one day.
I need one of those for myself. Like, seriously. Bicyclical Thunder Flash Mobile?
Oh, it boggles
Can't
the
even say
mind
it.
why Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me in a contest of locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up. Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory, when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch. Truly a most unfortunate turn of events. Anyway, do go on, Shenhe.
Master, that was the end of that story.
And Xianyun seems kind of competitive, it sounds like.
Is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old fossils for another contest. What is a race without spectators, after all?
We'll race you, how about that?
Have you been lonely, Master?
Oh. How do you think she's gonna answer though? I think she's gonna answer no, but in a way that we'll be able to like see through that and tell that she's been lonely. You know what I mean? How's she gonna answer?
Lonely? Huh. At one's age,
Hey, maybe not.
entire human generations come and go in the blink of an eye. Even one's own self-directed musings can span several days and nights. 'Tis a most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous.
See, I kind of get where she's going because I do that too, right? Like I'm single. I live by myself, all right? I don't have a significant other. It's just me in my apartment. And what I do to keep myself from feeling lonely is work constantly working through editing, making thumbnails, brainstorming content, coming up with ideas, working at the bar every couple days or whatever, twice a week and stuff like that. So for me, like I don't get that feeling of loneliness just because I'm so busy that my mind doesn't even think about it. Yeah, right?
What is the reason for that look upon your face?
I mean, but every once in a while I still feel, that sense of loneliness every now and then, especially when I'm relaxing and not working, when I'm just hanging out by myself, the last couple hours of the night before I go to bed. It'd be nice to, share that time with somebody.
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But all it took was a few words out of your mouth and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again.
Paimon.
I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real cloud retainer?
Yeah.
To me, they are both, Master. One is the Master that's widely revered by the people, while the other is the Master that I respect and adore.
Huh.
That's so
One
nice.
finds oneself exalted yet again with sweet words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. You chose to exalt one with your words, yet you refuse to grace Mount Outsong with your presence for any extended period of time. One would almost question the sincerity of your estimations.
Wow, Xianyun. Jeez. And she's like, thank you for being so nice and, everything to me. But why haven't you come and seen me? Why haven't you come and seen me? That would be like my mom. Jeez, man.
This is not to say that your words paint an inaccurate picture. One has always lived by a single ideal. Eschew all action and abide by no rule. One does as one pleases and speaks as one pleases. Others may critique or praise as they see fit, yet one places little weight in such judgments.
She got 2 sentences of flattery from her disciple, and it's as if her ego is about to burst.
Yeah.
Do you have any empty tables?
Some in the back. Do you want to hang out with us?
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
Oh, Shinha's gonna have to go back to work. She's getting busy. They're getting busy. She's gonna have to go back to work. Yep.
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
Okay, bye, Shinha. So good to see you again.
All right, good luck with the lunchtime rush, Shinha.
Yep, you got this. I'm so proud of you.
I'll try my best.
She's come a long way. Shinha has come a very, very long way from when we first met her in the Jade Chamber Rising quest. That is for sure. As more and more guests begin to trickle in, Paimon takes the opportunity to order a whole array of delicious dishes.
So much yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
Look at Paimon's eyes. Can you eat this kind of food, Cloud Retainer? Is the food to your taste, Cloud Retainer? Can you eat this kind of food?
One is fond of all kinds of delicacies and delights in a multitude of flavors. The dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill. Their unique flavor profile has left one more than satisfied. In fact, one has been struck by quite the fit of inspiration. One has already begun to conceptualize the next generation of supreme cuisine machines.
Oh, Lord, she's inventing something.
Everything's so tasty. A bit too hot at times, but still super tasty.
I love spiciness.
I'm sorry, miss, but our tables are full.
Sorry. Gotta go on a wait list.
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny?
Oh, hi.
But it smells so delightful. Can we really not eat here? My poor legs can't go on for much longer.
You can have our seats. We're leaving. Come in. You can have our table.
Well, you could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone's happy to share a table.
Yeah, you can join us.
Okay, I'll ask around.
Come on over. Hang out with us. We got 2 empty seats.
Excuse me. Would you mind letting us share a table with you? There are no empty tables left, so...
Yeah. Have a seat.
Ah, well, Paimon doesn't mind. What about you guys?
Totally cool with me. Yeah. I don't mind either, as long as you don't mind our chatter.
Great. Thanks so much. My name is Xianyun, and this is my granny, Yuendai.
Hi, it's so nice to meet the 2 of you.
Granny? Yep. Is there something wrong with that?
No.
No. Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young. Yeah. A lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks, but she's actually much older than she appears.
You okay? Yes? You're staring at Cloud Retainer over here.
Granny? Why don't you take a seat?
What's up with that?
It's not polite to stare.
Huh. Have we met before?
What?
No.
'Tis a fated meeting, then. Please, take a seat.
Have they met before? What's going on? Something's up.
What would you like to eat, Granny? I can order for you.
I want braised earthworms. They always pop up out of the ground after a rainstorm.
Ugh.
No, not this again. Granny, there's no braised earthworms on the menu. Braised earthworms? Well, that sounds weird.
Yeah.
Do people actually eat that?
It can't hurt to ask. Why earthworms? Ugh.
Right, that's what Paimon was thinking too. Need any help? Help? Oh, do you mean with Granny?
Yeah.
Thanks, that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her
Well,
memory's
that's
getting
sad.
worse all the time. She's always saying things that sound kind of confusing.
That's so sad. My grandmother actually had dementia before she passed away.
Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately that I even have to remind her who I am every morning.
Wow. What about your parents?
They died young. It's just me and Granny now. Oh, but it's okay. Don't feel bad. Granny loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. Sure, it's hard at times, but you just gotta make the best of the life you've got. Wow, you're really tough for your age, kid.
Yeah, taking care of her granny.
You're too kind.
And me? Oh, what about me?
Yes.
You're tough too, Granny. Plus, you're really gentle, and you're always there for me.
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things. Wait, what was that really important thing again?
You were ordering food?
Ah, I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream where everything was dark. Someone was standing in front of me. She told me to come and find her, and that once I'd found her, I would be free.
What?
Huh? That sounds super important. But how come you've never told me about it before?
It was just a dream, so I forgot about it. But I'm in a good mood now, and somehow I remembered it again. You know, I believe I've had this dream a great many times. But just how many times have I had it? Now that I do not remember.
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Oh, does that mean you're possessed?
Well, you keep having a reoccurring dream that you're a slime and a traveler, murders you. You know what I mean? Are you a monster, Paimon? You might be a monster.
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
Okay, well, that's good.
Are you sure?
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept? Am I not an expert?
You are an expert.
You're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. In that case, do you still remember what the person in your dreams looked like, Granny?
Not anymore. Although, I have a sense that she looked rather like me. But not as I am now. My younger self.
Okay.
A younger version of Granny?
Yeah.
This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on here?
I don't know. I have no idea.
As one
It's just
said,
a dream.
Fate must have brought us together. You may leave the situation to me.
What situation? It's just a dream.
Are you sure? So, what are your names? Paimon's Paimon.
Paimon is Paimon. I'm Traveler Professor.
Just Xianyun is fine.
And Xianyun.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. But first, I'm sorry for asking, but, how do you want us to pay you back?
High fives.
Oh, we don't need any payment for this.
Yeah, you can just give us a high five at the end. I don't know what we're doing, but okay. We're just curious about your situation and want to help if we can. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Because I want to know too.
You're welcome. But Miss Xianyun, what exactly can we do to help out this granny?
See, that's what I was going to say too. Like, what are we supposed to be doing?
All we have to go off is that dream. Where do we start?
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace the steps of her youth. Once we have revisited those places, her memories will likely return.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. So, Granny, do you remember which places you went to when you were young?
Why, of course I do. The heavens above, the earth below, the wispy clouds, and the emerald mountain streams.
I have a theory on who you are now. I have a theory on who you are, you sneaky granny. You are sneaky. Are you Cloud Retainer's mom by chance? Because that sounds interesting. Heavens above, earth below, wispy clouds. Sounds like you used to be able to fly and you retired from being an adepti. Are you Retainer's mom?
Okay, taking that as a no.
Because we don't know where Cloud Retainer came from. We don't know that, right?
I might have an idea. Once, when I was really little, my dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist heroine who saved loads of people from a disaster.
And the person she's seeing in her dream is actually Xianyun, not her younger version. She is seeing Xianyun in her dream. That's why when they first came up to the table, she was like shocked. She was like, oh, I recognize you. And she's like, oh, I've seen you before.
If it's true, then maybe they wrote about it in the history books or something. A martial arts heroine? Oh, Shinjo knows tons about Liyue's chivalric traditions.
We're gonna go see him.
If anyone knows about the heroes of the past, it's him. Let's go find him at the Feiyun Commerce Guild.
All right, let's go see Xingqiu.
Are you leaving already? But
Oh, yeah.
I'm still hungry.
Yeah, you guys need to eat.
I'll go order some food, Granny. If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just get a few different things.
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Feiyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters to discuss with Streetward Rambler.
Okay.
Streetward Rambler? Oh, you mean Madam Ping!
Madam Ping, you're gonna go hang out with her?
Precisely. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
Will do. We'll see you there. Xingqiu!
It's you two. What brings you here?
how have you been? It's been a while since we've seen you as well.
Xingqiu! Great, we found you! We wanted
How
to
you
ask
been?
you about something.
How you been, water boy? You explain the situation to Xingqiu.
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for sure.
Well, anything is helpful and appreciated.
I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her age, I am reminded of a nameless heroine who's been featured in various chivalric novels.
Okay.
Nameless heroine?
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago. As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits and bandit camps.
Xingqiu.
The people
Or not
idolized her,
Xingqiu.
but never learned her name.
No. Cloud retainer. Xianyun. We heard that story from Ganyu.
All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength.
Now I have another theory.
After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. All that remained were tales of her incredible accomplishments.
What if Granny is the original Cloud Retainer? In the story, she met the exorcist, and then afterwards, like eventually, she said, I don't want to be an adepti anymore or whatever. And the exorcist helped that. But how did Xianyun get her powers?
The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai.
Are you talking about
somewhat helpful?
Hang on, are you talking about Granny or are you talking about Xianyun?
Thanks a lot, Xingqiu. We knew it'd be worth talking to you.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story, but it was just out of personal curiosity.
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Xingqiu, if you've read up on her, do you know of any places often associated with her?
Yeah, okay, so we are talking about Granny. All right, I was like, wait, are we just telling the same story again? We are talking about Granny.
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of three places. Wangshu Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst, and Qingyun Peak.
Okay.
Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character was also often seen near those three places. That would explain why those locations appear in the various novels written about her.
What if the exorcist took the memories out of the old Cloud Retainer, gave it to the new Cloud Retainer, so that way the new Cloud Retainer thinks that she is the old Cloud Retainer when she's not? See, I'm cooking. All right, let me cook. Thank you so much, Xingqiu. You were a huge help.
You're welcome.
And that's why she's
To be
losing her memory
honest,
now.
I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across it. If Miss Yuendai was indeed the original inspiration for the character, she may just be able to help me put the pieces together. It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime, even after retiring from the public eye. But no one ever saw or heard from the nameless heroine again. There were even rumors that she became extremely ill. I've never understood why someone would go to such lengths to erase themselves from public memory. It's almost as if she was trying to hide from something. There's probably far more to the story than what's been written.
Yeah.
We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to uncover the truth.
Yeah.
That's a deal.
Because I want to learn.
Perhaps, behind the truth of it all, there lies a story more fantastical than any work of fiction.
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Xingqiu. A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion. Wait, why does the story sound super familiar?
Because it's Cloud Retainer's story that Ganyu just told us a little bit ago.
Oh, right! There's a drought in this story, too! Xingqiu, are droughts super common in Liyue or something?
Well, they used to be. But people have long since developed methods to prevent them, like by cultivating the soil or digging canals. So while droughts do happen from time to time, they are rarely regarded as true disasters. The drought 50 years ago is probably one of the worst we've had in the last several centuries.
Okay.
The crops withered, the streams ran dry, and the monsters in the mountains became rabid and agitated. Countless caravans were attacked, and people who lost their homes came together to form bandit groups. What started as a natural disaster soon became a human tragedy as well.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless heroine was so beloved. She must have been someone of true integrity to do so much for the people while asking nothing in return. Still, as terrible as that drought was, it was nothing compared to the truly calamitous disasters that befell this land in ancient times. They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Only the strongest of Adepti could hope to dispel the ruin and devastation. Do you have any other questions?
No, I think I'm okay. I get it.
We're good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyun and the others again.
Yeah.
Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of her past. She used to be a great hero who saved many people. So sad that she can't recall any of it.
I'm telling you, she's the previous cloud retainer and gave this cloud retainer her memories.
Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time, Xingqiu. Thank you so much for your help.
Bye-bye.
It's no problem at all. Safe travels.
Always great to see a book boy, water boy.
I have recorded the tune that you requested.
Madam Ping.
I hope it will be of help to you.
Oh, is that one of those, is it the cheese wheel discs like you play in the teapot?
Oh, thank you.
Madam Ping.
Straight word, but Ping, what has amused you so?
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change in this world, and yet you appear just the same as ever.
Time has little bearing on one's existence, nor has one keenly felt its effects whilst dwelling at Mount Outsong. Nevertheless, Ping, one would like to seek your counsel on a personal matter.
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden? I must say, you're making me a little nervous. What is it?
Yeah, I want to know too.
Well, the inquiry is as such. Approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor, not unlike the one that you yourself lead?
Ooh, she wants to move to Liyue Harbor?
It does not require as much as you may think. Still, do you mean that...
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping! What are you two talking about?
Sounds like Cloud Retainer wants to move into Liyue Harbor here.
Nothing save for some trivial matters. Have you unearthed any useful details?
Yes.
Xingqiu has a theory, but let's save it for when Chuyu and Miss Yuendai have joined up with us again.
Shu and Yundai arrive on the scene. Paimon relays Xingqiu's theory.
Do not be troubled, young
Poor kid.
lady. Here, have some tea.
Thank you so much.
I want some tea.
What do you think, Chuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your granny?
According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianheng. Maybe that's my grandpa.
Maybe?
I don't have many memories of him, but there was this one time I found a box in our
What's
attic
Granny
full of a
doing?
bunch of weird sigils.
What's Granny doing? Seems like the stories were right on track. We should probably pay a visit to the 3 places mentioned in the books.
I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
Okay, we'll go check them out.
What marvelous tea. I can taste the dew's sweetness in this cup. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains, thoroughly one with nature and at peace.
Is that so? Then please drink as much as you like. There's no need to hurry. At our age, it's always nice to slow down and take the time to appreciate pleasant conversation among friends.
Thank you.
Okay, they're getting along great. Let's rest here for a little while then.
Okay, since we have the time, can I ask you something?
Sure, you can ask me anything, kid.
Sure thing. What would you like to know?
Yeah, ask me anything.
I have a secret I want to tell you. Let's go talk over there.
Okay.
What's wrong, Xianyun?
Yeah.
Well,
You okay, kid?
I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant. But are you guys all adepti in disguise?
Paimon is Paimon. Traveler is just, I don't even know what we're doing here, kid. But the other one that's over here next to us, I mean...
Oh! About that.
Yeah. Why do you say that?
Well, you guys just seem super special. Plus, I think I might have heard Miss Xianyun call herself an adeptus.
Oh.
Must have been a slip of the tongue.
Must have.
Xianyun, since you were the one who, misspoke, maybe you can explain to Xianyun here what you really meant by that.
Yeah.
One is indeed an adeptus.
Mm-hmm.
Is that of some concern to you?
Huh?
I knew it.
Yep. You don't sound surprised at all.
Well, one time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane.
Do you see? I think I'm on the right track with Granny and Xianyun here and what's actually going on.
I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. But then this snowy white crane flew down from the sky. She put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I was already back in my bed and my fever was gone. I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I never got the chance. So I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe any of you have ever met an Adeptus like that?
Well, Xianyun here.
A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown.
Yeah.
Have you ever met one that's pure white, Cloud
Never has one met an adeptus with such features.
Pure
One
white.
surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative accounts.
That's weird. Was it really just a dream then?
No, I don't think it was a dream. I think it was your granny. I think your granny used to be an adeptus and retired.
Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. All I really want is to help Granny recover her memories. I'm really grateful for all your help.
Leave it to us! Now that we know the 3 locations, we just need to visit them one by one.
All right, let's go.
Let's go to Wangshu Inn first.
Let's go. Wangshu Inn.
Okay, I'll go get Granny.
All right. Let's go, kid. So you gonna like walk with us, I guess? Cloud Retainer gonna fly us there?
Wangshu Inn.
Yep.
Wangshu Inn.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember this place, Granny?
Yes. The fish here is very delicious. And if you look out into the distance, you can always spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock.
So pretty.
I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window. Yes, I spent a lot of time looking out that window. Which room was it again? Let me look.
I'll come with.
Okay.
Hyman's still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but
Yeah.
if she's so familiar with this place, that must mean she lived here, right? Wait, huh?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Hey!
Here all of a sudden, you scared the living daylights out of Paimon!
Best boy is here! How are you doing? How have you been? It's been a while since we've seen our boy Zhao. How is it going, dude? Zhao's here.
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look. If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern.
No, everything's fine. Maybe you know.
It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form.
You've met her in this form before?
I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
Okay.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war?
Yeah, tell us.
Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Was it anything like what?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
Oh my god! That was the best impression yet. That was the best impression I've seen Paimon do yet. Oh, that was fantastic.
An impressive imitation.
That's what I said.
Paimon knows her all too well.
That was good. That was good. Even Cloud Retainer over here's got like a little smile on her face. That's funny.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics.
That was so good.
The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
A Cloud Retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Good question, Paimon. Good question.
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape? When dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world, a mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choices.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form.
Okay.
Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago when she decided to don her human form. I believe it was for the purpose of...
One believes there is little
Ooh,
need
she
to
cut him
relive
off.
bygone matters.
She cut him off. She cut him off.
Granny, are you okay?
Granny!
Back then, at this place,
Perhaps this conversation should end here. I shall take my leave now.
Zhao, it was so good to see you, dude.
Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name. However, given that you are traveling with Cloud Retainer, I trust you are in good hands.
Yeah, everything will be fine. See ya, buddy!
Everyone, I think Granny is finally beginning to remember her past.
Ooh! Ooh, it makes me wonder, like, if she would have, because Granny didn't get to see Zhao. Zhao showed up after Granny walked away. What if Granny would have seen Zhao? That could have, like, triggered something, too. I think Granny here is the old Adeptus from the Archon War and gave her memories to this Cloud Retainer.
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has been recalled.
a long time ago, I stayed here to recuperate from my illness.
Huh. So what Shinto said was true! You did fall ill! Was that why you went into hiding?
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. The only thing I can remember is that it took a great toll on me, and there was no cure for it. I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious. I'd come to every once in a while and stare at the migrating birds outside the window. It was a solemn sight. I remember crying, but I'm not even sure I knew why. One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul-revitalizing tea pills. He told me that the pills were concocted using Adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms. Sure enough, I made a full recovery, My illness remained dormant for several decades after that.
Interesting. Who was the traveling merchant? So the dementia you're suffering from now is actually...
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse of what happened all those years ago? And it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check? Paimon's brain kinda hurts. Do you
mine
remember
too.
anything else?
Mine too, Paimon.
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, if only I wasn't so useless.
You're not useless.
Hey, you're not useless.
That's what I said.
You've done so much for me. Watched me grow up. Raised me. How could you say that about yourself?
Oh, poor kid.
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated. That's all.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all. Let us make haste to the next location.
Yeah, we got 2 more to go.
Next location. Next location. Oh, why don't we go to the area north of Xianyun next?
Okay, let's go.
There isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start? Oh, Paimon's got it. Let's check out the houses in the area first.
Okay.
After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh,
You'd think.
Paimon's really got her thinking cap on today. At this rate, we'll recover all of Granny Wendai's memories in no time.
You would think. All right, let's go.
Do you remember anything about this place, Granny Wendai?
Yes. Anything come to mind?
Let me think. I feel like I've been here before, but I don't think I stayed here too long. I might have just rested here briefly before continuing on my way.
Got it. That's okay. There are still plenty of other places we can check.
Yep, off to the next place.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, I believe I brought... Ah, yes. I brought some sweet snacks with me.
She brought snacks!
Go on, take
Just
some.
like every other granny's
You
got
need
like
to
candy in
eat
their
a
purse.
lot if you want to grow big and strong.
Oh, thank you. Then Paimon will help herself.
How about here? What about this place? Any memories?
I don't remember this place at all. I don't think I've ever been here before.
All right.
Still, I was thinking, this place feels perfect for a game of hide and seek.
Hide and seek?
Huh? Why a game of hide and seek?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I used to play that game a lot with Xianyun when she was younger.
I don't remember playing it that much. Are you sure about that, Granny? We only played a few times, and we stopped once we realized I was no good at the whole seeking part.
Ah, is that so? Then I must be mistaken.
Not here then. Let's try somewhere else.
All right, off to the next place. All right, last place. Here we go.
Paimon sees an abandoned house. Why don't we take a break over there?
Okay, let's go. You okay, Granny?
This place. It's
what?
Did you remember something, Granny?
What's going on?
I remember. Xianyun, this is where your father was born.
What?
It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What being was it?
I had exhausted my strength when the labor pains came on, so we took refuge in this house. Your grandpa set up a barrier outside, but neither of us knew if it could hold the monsters back. I remember that night. I remember falling to my knees, reciting a prayer over and over. I alone am the source of this sin. Punish me as you wish for forsaking my oath, but spare my innocent child.
Sin? Oath? Did you do something wrong?
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying in the darkness with all my strength until the sun finally rose again and the fog cleared out.
Okay. Interesting.
Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries. That baby was your father. I remember I clutched him tight to my chest and wept tears of joy. It was the first time I'd ever felt such happiness in my life.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Xianyun. You're so much like him, and I love you both so much. But you're always going to be different from me. Why? Just what did I do?
I don't know. What did you do? I don't know. I want to know.
I don't care what you might have done, Granny. You'll always be the person I love more than anything.
Oh, no. There is no crying in Genshin. There is no crying in Genshin. There is no crying in Genshin. We are not crying today. We are not getting upset. There's no crying in Genshin.
You're too sweet, Xianyun. I'm lucky to have you with me. If not for you,
no crying.
I would not have had the courage to come here, to try to remember what I had forgotten. All right, let's not stand around any longer. There's one place left, yes? Let's go take a look.
All right, let's go. I thought we went to all the places.
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be Xianyun Peak.
Yeah.
You and I, how fares your health?
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up.
You got this.
I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
You're fine.
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top.
Oh, you can't carry us.
Such lightness of weight.
You can't carry us to the top.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end, do they not? First, you lose your memory, then your health. Eventually, you end up losing everything. My only wish is to depart this world with a lucid mind, to free myself of this torment and the burden it places upon others.
Fret not. You have my aid in this endeavor.
Wow, okay, jeez.
We're finally here.
We made it. I don't know what we're doing here, but we made it.
Does this place feel familiar to you, Granny One Day?
Let me see.
What do you think? What's on your mind? So pretty, man.
How strange. Have I lived here before?
See? She's in a depth eye. Take it easy. Take your time.
When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of familiarity. I could easily picture myself in those places. But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
Okay, well, maybe not.
But did the stories get it wrong then?
I don't know. We can't expect them to get everything right.
Yeah, that's true. But they're also the only thing we have to go off of. Paimon was hoping this place would jog Granny Uendai's memory just like the others.
Yeah, but it didn't.
I'm sorry
Now what do we
to
do?
disappoint you too.
No, you're fine. Now what do we do?
It's all right. We're not going to give up yet. We'll figure something else out. Just you wait.
Thank you. If only I could remember.
I wish you would too.
Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
It's a mountain?
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full circle.
That's what it is. I'm telling you right now, she used to be the old clown retainer.
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong.
Yes. Did you used to live there?
Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you can't remember. You shouldn't do something that makes you sad.
Mount Outsong, what am I really?
Mount Outsong holds some familiarity to you?
She's the old cloud retainer.
It does, but I can't go back.
Why?
Are you feeling unwell?
You okay?
My head, it feels all heavy and dizzy. What is wrong with me?
Lay down in the grass. Calm down. Sit down. Get you some water.
Cloud... Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Outsong.
Let's go.
But...
Yeah.
Fret not. All will be well. You and I, you have already given more than enough to the pursuit of this endeavor. You may leave the rest to me. I've prepared something that can aid you in suppressing the fear in your heart and restoring your lost memories. It currently resides at Mount Outsong.
Is it an invention?
Wait, really? When did you do that?
I never leave anything to chance. All will reveal itself when we arrive.
What do you mean all will reveal itself when we arrive? You're so mysterious.
Come on, just tell Paimon already. What's this thing you've prepared?
Yeah.
Here, this is it.
This was here earlier when we first saw you.
Huh?
Wasn't it?
But isn't this the mechanism that you were tinkering with when we first got here?
Yeah.
Oh, is it another invention of yours?
Precisely. A recent one at that. I am most pleased with the result. I call it the Suspensus Somnium Mechanism.
Suspensus Somnium Mechanism. Ooh, I could say that.
It periodically releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener subconsciously relax and even enter a semi-hypnotic state.
Are we going to use it on Granny?
Soothing agitation and anxiety, relieving exhaustion and insomnia, its potential uses are numerous indeed. And of course, it can also aid in the recovery of lost memories.
Whoa, what a cool gadget! But if you had it all along, why did you keep it to yourself until just now?
Right?
We could have come to Mount Outsong right off the bat and saved Paimon a lot of floating.
Paimon is 100% correct. Yes, you're right.
How preposterous. Had you and I not recalled much of her past through her own efforts, the device would have nothing to draw upon. We Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character, one would have little to offer in way of assistance.
Gotcha.
Paimon thinks she gets it now. Hey, what's that other thing?
So we're basically going to give Grandma like a lobotomy, sorta?
As previously mentioned, a gentle adeptal tune is required to take full advantage of the mechanism. One secured such a tune from Streetward Rambler. Only with her melodies can the mechanism reach its peak power.
That's why she went to go see Manic Pink. But how did she know this? Like, how did Cloud Retainer know that this was going to be used? Does it make any sense? How do you know these things? Can you see the future?
Oh, Paimon can feel what you mean. Paimon's body feels light as a feather. It's as if she's lying down on a warm patch of grass after a super satisfying meal.
Now you're making me hungry, Paimon.
And you and I. Is the mechanism helping you to relax?
Yeah, how do you feel?
It appears she has already succumbed to the depths of reverie. Come, join one on this side. We shall give her some time to herself.
Okay. Everybody just...
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's nearly run its course.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Is that her husband?
Please. Please, no.
What?
Have you forgotten?
What?
This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze
I told you!
dew, perfectly straddled betwixt the realms of heaven and earth.
I told you, I knew it! She was the old cloud retainer, she's the original cloud retainer, maybe.
This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago, we should have never.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. So did she become cloud retainer again? Did the swan just infuse her with the power of the Adepti again?
So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
But that doesn't tell us how this cloud retainer came about.
Granny!
And how come this cloud retainer remembers things from the Archon War?
Granny, are you okay?
Cloud retainer.
Yes, this person, fancy schmancy looking lady.
Your memories have returned.
So you knew the whole time who she was?
Wait, did you just call her by her full name? Does that mean you already knew each other?
Yes, I now remember everything. Everything.
Well, tell us. I want to know.
Granny, please don't cry.
No crying.
I'm here.
No crying in Genshin. There's no crying in Genshin. We don't cry here. That's a lie, but...
Oh, don't worry, my dear child. Granny is fine. I'm so sorry, everyone. You've gone to so much trouble on my behalf. It's all come back to me now. The most important thing that I had forgotten was the truth of what I once was.
You were an Adepti.
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience. Reclaiming a truth long buried is sure to come with a myriad of complex emotions. Perhaps one should recount the story on your behalf while you compose yourself.
Yes, tell us. Tell us what happened.
No, it's okay. Now that I've remembered, I must face my memories head on.
Tell us what happened. Are you Cloud Retainer's mom?
Xianyun, everyone, I cannot thank you enough for all your help. I'm ready to tell you my story.
Yes.
If you're willing to listen.
I'm grabbing my popcorn. Let's listen. All right, tell us, Granny.
Please, Granny, don't force yourself. What happened in the past doesn't matter. I love you more than anything. Nothing you say can change that.
Okay, kid, it'll be okay. It's okay. No crying. Don't cry. Don't cry. Everything's fine.
I know, dear child. My feelings for you are exactly the same. It is for this reason that you deserve to know the truth. Some time ago, I made a terrible mistake. One for which I could never atone.
What did she do?
Is this the sin that you mentioned in Xianyun Karst? What happened?
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form, one that I held for centuries, was that of a wild crane. I spent many, many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. At some point, I somehow gained wisdom and sentience. The Lord of the Mountain, Cloud Retainer, became aware of my existence and began to share many stories with me. She even passed on the secret of cultivation to me. Though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. Whenever she took out her tools to work on mechanisms or new inventions, I would also stand next to her and watch.
So you were like a Shinha or a Ganyu back then. Before Ganyu and Shinha. You were before Ganyu and Shinha.
I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed her teachings, and time gradually passed us by. Until that fateful day, 50 years ago.
So, okay, so you're not the original Cloud Retainer. Okay, so my theory was wrong, but I was sort of right. I was like halfway. There, okay? Kind of halfway there.
50 years ago?
What happened? What happened during the job that struck Liyue?
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. From them, I learned how she had saved people from a similar crisis in the past.
Yeah, so Cloud Retainer knew who she was immediately. And then that's when she decided, once she learned that she lost her memories, that's when she figured out that we need to go and get this thing from Madame Ping. Gotcha. Cloud Retainer recognized her immediately. Why didn't she inform us though? Why didn't she just tell us what was going on and be like, hey, I need to go and do this so I could do this, and they'll keep it a secret and just keep it away from Granny? Maybe it was because she didn't want us to tell Granny and the kid, like while we were out and about doing our things or something, like accidentally, because we know Paimon can't keep her mouth shut.
She was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, I dreamt of becoming an adeptus like her. I wanted to travel the land like she had, relieving suffering wherever I went. But I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form and fit in with the crowd. Once she learned of my desires, Master prepared a special dose of human mimicry potion for me.
Gotcha.
She warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years, and if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time, I would forever forget my past as a crane and become something neither human, beast, nor adeptus.
Then what are you?
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia all along.
Yeah, but you never turned back into a crane. You stayed in your human form.
Was it because of Grandpa?
Indeed, I fell in love. Though he was human, he had spent his entire life training on Mount Tianheng. When we met, it was not only my first foray into the world below, but his as well. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared deeply about the world and wanted, more than anything, to cleanse it of all pain and suffering. I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away. Those 10 years passed by in a flash. Yet I did not want to leave his side, so I...
You decided to lose your memories and be with him. Gotcha.
Oh no. What happened next?
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering, even if it meant that I would eventually turn into a monstrosity. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a long letter instead and asked someone to leave it outside her abode. I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. In my shame, I fled and tried to hide from the world, such that no one would be able to find me again.
So that's why the nameless heroine hid herself away.
But that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer from a strange illness. My memories became hazy and confused, and I could no longer keep myself awake. I understood that my pain was caused by my refusal to return to the life I was fated to lead. Along with my memories as a crane, I soon forgot the true cause of my suffering as well. I knew only that I had committed a sin. All I could do was pray for forgiveness, even if I had long forgotten what needed to be forgiven. Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were there at the same time. If it weren't for those soul-revitalizing tea pills, I probably would have...
Well, I kind of want to know who the merchant was. Was Cloud Retainer the merchant? Maybe Cloud... What if Cloud Retainer was keeping an eye on her the entire time? Do you know what I mean? What if Cloud Retainer was just like watching over her the whole time, has no like ill feelings towards her or anything for making that choice or anything like that? So that choice is like her thinking that she made a mistake is all in Granny's mind. She doesn't know. How was she gonna know? I think Cloud Retainer's probably just been watching her the whole time.
Granny, what's wrong?
Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills concocted using the blood of an Adeptus? No.
Yeah.
It couldn't be.
So Cloud Retainer was the merchant that gave it to her. So Cloud Retainer was watching her the whole time.
Master, don't tell me. Back then, that merchant was actually...
You. Oh, let me guess. And she groaned right there. She's going to be like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded, would it not? Consider the pills a symbol of one's best wishes.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world and hide myself away in perpetuity, the only person I managed to deceive was myself. You knew where I was all along.
Cloud Retainer knew the whole time.
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. You possessed a certain fondness for a particular game.
Hide and seek.
Hide yourself among a group of wild cranes and ask one to pick you out from among the flock. One found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident. One always recognizes one's own, no matter what form they may take.
Wait! Paimon's confused!
I'm not confused. I'm not confused at all. I'm glad you're confused, Paimon, because I get it.
So,
I think.
You found Yuendai again? But how? When? And what happened after that?
I am loving this. This is so good. This is such a good story.
Perhaps it is now time for one to recount the rest of the tale.
Tell us. Tell us the tale. Cutscene? Oh, we get to play as Xianyun. Okay. Oh my God, I'm gonna miss it because it's okay. It'll be on YouTube.
Furious upon receiving your letter, seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses.
Oh, it just appeared out of nowhere. Oh, that's cool.
In truth, one had more than a few misgivings about your chosen partner. As an exorcist, his talent was lacking. One could hardly say his skill with sigils was any better. But soon, one came to appreciate the devotion he bestowed upon you during your illness. He never uttered a complaint and rarely left your side.
That's a sign of a good boyfriend, fiance, husband.
Unwilling to begrudge someone of such character, one decided to overlook his aforementioned deficiencies, glaring though they may have been.
Nobody's perfect.
Wishing to grant you a life without regrets, one gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. Though imperfect, it managed to suppress the more dire effects of your illness. As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one eventually decided to perform the deed oneself. One took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did one finally set out for Wangshu Inn.
She's got a mustache and a beard. She's got a mustache and a beard on. She's got like, oh my God. That's hilarious. You can see her in the reflection where she's got a mustache and a beard, and you can kind of see it right here. Oh my God.
As one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. You showed not even the slightest inkling of recognition. One was quite torn. Should one have celebrated the success of one's disguise, or mourn the loss of your acquaintance?
Dude.
Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable. Even considering your loss of memory, one was simply flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequences of consuming medicine infused with adeptal blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters is hardly that complicated of a concept to remember. To think that you tried to travel while weak from sickness,
dear God.
heavy with child. Had one not intervened to clear the fog, all of it
Yo! Anybody else seeing this? 2 seconds.
Scatter!
Yo!
Make way for the adeptus!
Oh my God!
Skyward! Scatter!
Dude, she is monstrous, bro! Go away! Go away, go away!
Scatter! Skyward! Seize the sky!
Yo, that is sick.
Skyward!
Jump up and down after you use her ultimate? Oh, sorry.
Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the presence of godly remains. Said godly remains, in turn, were likely drawn to the trace of one scent on your body. One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one's very making. In the end, one was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, one heard an infant's cry pierce through the air, and one saw you carefully cradle the child to your chest. Although certain mortal matters remain foreign to me, one could not help but be moved by your joy. To see you happy, that was more than enough.
See? This is very sweet of Cloud Retainer. Dude, the way she runs is just...
Now you should have a complete
Cool.
understanding of the events.
Wait. But if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale.
Absurdities?
Just as you and I troubled one with her antics, so did you give one many a headache. Upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, upon seeing one's form, you began to cry, refusing to get on one's back.
So Cloud Retainer's the one that picked this kid up, right?
When one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true Adeptus because all illuminated cranes are white from tip to toe.
Okay.
One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated
It was
nature
Cloud
of one's
Retainer.
appearance. You became more than amenable enough when one stood before you devoid of any other coloring.
Wait, if you picked her up, then how did she end up with Granny? She's like patterning herself to... Oh my God.
It bears mentioning,
Putting on
however,
makeup.
that as a crane, you and I was nearly entirely pure white in color. Though you had never encountered her in that form, you still recognized the essence of her being. Perhaps fate brought you two together in more ways than one.
Maybe. Wow. Great story. Love it.
Now all has been revealed.
Awesome.
One owes you an apology, you and
That's so
I.
good.
One recognized you upon your very entrance into Wanmin Restaurant. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shenhe. Indeed, one wished to bring your story to a satisfactory end with this visit to Liyue Harbor.
Oh, my question is, does Ganyu thinks the story that she told earlier was about Cloud Retainer when It was no. Yes. About her? No. Her? This is about Granny, right? Would Ganyu recognize Granny? If Ganyu was before Granny came along, Shinha's after, so Shinha wouldn't know. But would Ganyu recognize her?
Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed you of all you had lost, all those cherished memories would merely have become the fictionalized account of another. Memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through them. Would you not agree? Even if the process was painful and arduous to experience. Have you any inquiries? Inquiries?
No, I agree with you on that one, Xianyun. I agree with you on that.
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you leave me be, even though you knew about my mistake? Why did you not bring me back to Mount Outsong by force?
One has never regarded your action as a mistake.
Told you!
It was a simple choice, nothing more.
Told you!
When it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest, it is the responsibility of an elder to let them fly free. Yet, when your wings grow weary and the night grows dark, just know that you always have a place to which to return. 'Tis a refuge referred to by many a name in mortal writing. Home, nest, haven. Whatever its denomination may be, its essence remains quite unchanged. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode. One's disciples are free to come and go as they wish, yet the door remains forever open to those who wish to return. One rather hopes you count yourself among them.
What is Granny gonna do? Is she gonna return? Is she gonna come back? Like, is she gonna like be like an adepti again, I guess, or like complete her training? I guess, would she be too old?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You and I. One expects you too have sensed the rapid deterioration of your condition as of late. Have you not?
Yeah, she's like, yeah.
40 years ago, you chose a path without a future. Though one used one's own blood to provide you with a few decades of extra time, it merely delayed the inevitable. One may have extended the path, yet one was unable to alter its final destination. Even the power of an adeptus has its limits. Had your condition continued to deteriorate, you would have forgotten your life as a human entirely. In the end, you would have turned into a creature lacking in the ability to even comprehend its own monstrousness. Fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your memories. Though one sped the process along by providing some guidance, the result is entirely a reflection of your own effort.
So, what's gonna happen to Granny?
I don't know if I want to know the answer to this. I don't know if I want to know the answer to that question right now.
One will help her reclaim her original form as a wild crane. If it be fated, she may recover her sentience one day.
Oh, so is she going to return to being a detective? But what if she doesn't, though? What if she doesn't want to? What if she...
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
A regular crane? So she's got to go back because she's not an adepti, right? Is there no other way? But she could...
Master, you've already done more than enough for me. I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness. This is a better result than I could have ever hoped for. How much time do I have left?
Oh my God, I swear if she turns around and says something like, you have 60 seconds.
Not long. The transformation is imminent.
What is imminent? 24 hours? 30 seconds from now? 3 days, 2 weeks? What does imminent mean?
Granny, please don't leave, okay?
No!
I have left.
No crying. We're not crying today, okay, chat? We're not gonna cry today.
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life.
This kid,
My only
man.
regret is having to leave you behind.
What is this kid gonna do? What if the kid stays with Cloud Retainer and becomes the next, like, you know, Adeptus, like Ganyu and Shinha or whatever? But that can't be right. Can't do that, can you?
Don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong. Promise Granny you'll take good care of yourself when I'm gone.
No.
I promise, Granny. I'll do whatever you say.
No, this is so sad.
Good girl. Good girl. Don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny's gonna become the most formidable crane in all of Mount Outsung. Granny will train day and night.
I hate this game. I hate this game. Depression Impact is what they need to call it.
I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power. When that day comes, we'll be able to live together again. You and I. How's that sound?
Yeah, but how long is that going to take? What if this kid grows up and what if it takes you like 300 years to do that? How long are you going to be, Granny?
Good.
Poor kid. Man, lost her mom, lost her dad, and now she's about to lose her grandma. What is this kid going to do?
That's a good girl. Even though we won't see each other for a little while, as long as we both work hard, we're sure to meet again someday.
Genshin always traumatizing kids. We all remember Isak and what happened with him, right? Like, oh my God.
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise. And I'll wait for you, no matter how long it takes. I'll wait for you to come back.
Bro, come on.
That's a good girl. Then Granny really has no more regrets. I'm so sorry, Master. Thank you for everything.
Dude, like, so pretty. And off Granny goes. And look at the kid running after her. Wet socks. Poor kid, what are we going to do with you?
You.
Let her be. At her age, crying is a natural, if not fitting, response to such an event. Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Sometimes there is scarcely a better vehicle to wash away the toll of stress and misery.
No, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong.
Now that the issue has been resolved,
I'm not tearing
you
up.
should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time to rest.
I'm not tearing up.
Take a nap if you must.
You can't make me.
One will wake you in due time.
You can't make me. Not today, Satan, not today. Laying out. Oh, we're listening to the songs of from the thing and just chilling and relaxing. Oh my God, yes, I need to do that. She's back already? That was fast. She's dreaming. Are we all dreaming the same dream?
I always believed we would see each other again, that our days of separation would finally end, and all my troubles would be behind me.
No way, man!
If only things could stay this way forever.
A nightmare?
Hate this freaking game.
Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up. Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Dude. Bro.
Chicken drumsticks.
I hate this game. I hate this game. I absolutely hate this game. They need to call it Depression Impact. Dude, man. Is Paimon sucking her thumb? What is going on?
Huh? Was Paimon sleeping just now?
Yeah, dreaming about food.
Oh, Paimon wasn't talking to you. Paimon had a dream about eating grilled chicken drumsticks, that's all.
I mean, and that sounds really good, because I'm hungry right now.
Madam Adeptus?
Oh, Xianyun, you're awake. How do you feel?
Yeah.
I feel a little better. Thanks. I know I'll see Granny again someday, so I don't feel so sad anymore. Madam Adeptus, could I ask you something? Would you take me in as a disciple?
Hey!
Oh. And have you reasons for this sudden interest?
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong. She felt really bad about it. But without that mistake, I would have never been born.
Oh, that is true. She is not wrong.
Even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot to show me how much she loved me. So, I thought maybe one day I could become a cool Adeptus like you and help a whole bunch of people, just like Granny wanted to do.
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that.
That's true.
If this is what you desire, one shall make it so.
What else would the kid do? Where else would the kid go?
Thank you so much, Madam Adeptus. No, I mean, Master.
Xianyun, are you sure about this? Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like chin-chin and violet grass.
Oh my god.
If you join them, you'll never enjoy Wonmin Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
How utterly preposterous. One has never enforced such a rule.
Yeah, but Ganyu and Shinha are awesome. Okay?
Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So long as one retains
so
the
good.
pureness of spirit, one's dietary proclivities are quite irrelevant.
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Paimon, just calling her out.
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty,
Oh, Lord.
its location does
So good.
preclude access to certain finer mortal comforts. That is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbor. Shu Yu shall have the honor of
Called it.
becoming one's first disciple in the human world.
Called it.
Whoa, you're leaving Mount Outsong?
Is that why you took on this human form?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence. From the very beginning, one has sought only solace and peace. Yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu, Shenhe, Yuandai. They all chose a life among the mortal world.
That is true.
One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that it is due to some failing on one's part as an elder or master. A failing, perhaps, of recognizing what it was they truly wanted. One is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them to remain there. One could hardly offer an opinion on the matter, but perhaps some time in the harbor will prove instructive.
You just want to move closer so they can be closer to you, so that way maybe they'll come and visit you every once in a while, because you kind of give them a hard time earlier.
Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is, just a bit shocked, that's all. So, does this mean we can grab a meal together in Liyue Harbor sometime?
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds oneself otherwise unoccupied, one would not be opposed to the idea.
Awesome! Let's go get some lunch.
One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbor. You should take care to avoid disclosing one's true identity.
Okay, no problem.
Don't worry, we'll help you keep it a secret.
Yeah, shh.
So, when can we expect to start seeing you in the city?
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has some matters to see to before one's departure. Preparation is the key to success, after all. One plans to put up various items from one's collection for sale. The earnings should provide for a comfortable living in Liyue Harbor.
She's gonna buy a house down there? Is that where we're gonna go see her from now on?
One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock.
Okay.
It is no small purchase, but what is mortal life if not one expense after another?
Seems like you've really thought of everything.
Got her own house and all.
Then how about we meet up in Liyue Harbor in 2 days?
Sounds good.
A sensible plan. See you then.
All right, we'll see you in a couple days.
Oh, also, why don't you take this suspensus somnium mechanism as a souvenir?
Ooh!
Anytime you should feel ill at ease in the future, you
Put
may
it in my
try
teapot?
quieting your mind and sitting in meditation as you listen to its melodies. It might help you find a new perspective.
Do we get to put it in our teapot?
Awesome! Thanks, Cloud Retainer!
Thank you.
Hey, didn't we promise Shincho that we'd tell him what we found out?
Oh, yeah.
Should we make a trip to the Feiyun Commerce Guild? It's totally up to you.
Yeah, I guess.
We meet again, dear friends.
Yes, we did.
How did everything go?
It went great. How are you doing?
Great, and it's all thanks to you.
You quickly go over the whole story with Xingqiu.
Ah, I see. So the stories didn't get it right after all. Even though she was a celebrated heroine, she had to bear a heavy burden that most could not hope to understand.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for the help of that Adeptus. At least she was able to recover what she had lost. Although I cannot claim to know exactly how their story will unfold from here, I trust the ending will be a happy one. Those united in a common purpose always find a way back to each other in the end. Thank you for helping me fill in the gaps. And don't worry, I'll keep this all to myself. It's not my story to tell, after all.
Sounds good, Xingqiu. It's always good to see you. Always good to see Xingqiu.
Your concerns are excessive and unfounded. This is but a simple collection of ordinary valuables. Such intense scrutiny is hardly necessary.
To be quite honest, your insistence on that fact is my primary cause for concern.
Is he from like the HOA or something?
In what way are any of these ordinary? Every single item here could be worth more than everything I own combined. I simply can't risk shelling out that kind of aura without proper scrutiny.
Excuse me.
If I'm wrong, I would never be able to earn it back, not even if I worked every single day for the rest of my life.
Oh, she's trying to sell this stuff.
I have to be careful. Yes, you can never be too careful.
We're here, Clow. Miss Xianyun, what are you guys arguing about?
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares.
Ignoramus!
I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years.
Oh, excuse
their
me.
legitimacy is pure folly.
Ignoramus.
Several hundred years?
Yeah.
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see, passed down over many generations, as families are wont to do.
Yep, they've definitely been around a while.
Yeah, I'd say.
On that one.
Yep, especially, well, at least since the Archon War.
Hear that?
Probably.
Had I not found myself in need of Mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even have the opportunity to behold them with your own eyes. Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide to take them to another buyer.
Whoa, please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that I lack the knowledge to judge the true worth of these items. If you could wait but a moment, I've hired an expert to appraise them for me. He should be here shortly.
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer, then. Traveler, Paimon, this is my new residence. If you have cause to seek my company in the future, this is where you can find me.
We're gonna come and see you and visit you, because you're just awesome.
Oh, it's you two again.
Hey, it's Xianyun. How are you?
Xianyun, you got a new outfit. It looks great on you.
Mm-hmm. Master made it for me. I like it too.
Huh? You know how to make clothes?
Does she?
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, sewing is hardly a challenge.
Inventions.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so I just left them outside.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit first. Everything's kind of messy right now, so maybe you could, not look yet, Master? Yeah, that'd be great.
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. No matter. Do what you must, child.
They're gonna get along
now,
great.
This expert you mentioned, when can we expect their arrival?
Soon. Ah, there he is.
Who?
Here, allow me to make some introductions.
No way!
This is Mr. Zhang Li, a well-respected consultant at Wangshang Funeral Parlor and an expert in all manner of valuables and antiques.
No way! No way! That is a shocker. Good old Zhang Dong's here. Oh my god. I did not know this was coming. I wasn't expecting this one at all. Zhang Dong, how have you been, dude? It's so good to see you. Let's hear that sexy voice of yours.
Mr. Zhang Li, this is Miss Xianyun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of valuables I mentioned earlier.
Wait, does he know? He knows who she is, right? Yeah, they know. Yep.
If it isn't Miss Xianyun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous reunion.
Indeed, most serendipitous. Have you been faring well as of late, Mr. Zhangli?
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and peace.
Well, look, I don't know what's happened in the past, okay? I haven't seen what happened in the past. Something bad happened. Were they boyfriend and girlfriend? They broke up.
Huh. So you two are already acquainted?
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Xianyun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields, and oft-celebrated for her impeccable taste. You stand to gain much from this opportunity.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost in that regard.
Why, you flatter me, Miss Xianyun. It would seem that you are as self-effacing as ever.
Ooh.
Not at all, Mr. Zhongli. Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, I must ask, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship. Can I be certain that you're not working together to swindle me? I mean, you never know.
He's not wrong.
Huh! A preposterous accusation. The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire to do such a thing.
Miss Xianyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust. If that proves to be beyond your capabilities in this instance, this transaction may be taken elsewhere.
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhongli himself has vouched for the goods? Miss Xianyun, wait! I deeply apologize for doubting you. So, Mr. Zhongli, could you please give me a final verdict on the value of these items?
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables.
I didn't expect to see Zhongli here.
For instance, though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, its structure and appearance are exquisite enough to merit it a place in any fine home. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to possess an item that so perfectly blends mechanical wonder with geometric grace. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world. With that in mind, I earnestly recommend procuring every last item in this collection.
Yeah, but how much is it?
All right. Since I hired you as my consultant, Mr. Zhongli, I shall, of course, trust your good opinion. Then, in that case, Miss Xianyun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is quite large, how about we start with an initial deposit through the Northland Bank?
The Northland Bank? Huh. Oh, you refer to the fiduciary house. Oh, very well.
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now. I'll return to collect the goods once you've received the funds.
See you later, bro. Bye-bye. Snore, snore.
Zhongli!
How have you been, bro?
My friends, have you been doing well?
Yeah, we've been good. How about you?
We've been great. How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant.
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Xianyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in the city?
That's a cute little house. I wouldn't mind living there.
I must say, the name Xianyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular epithet in further conversation.
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a friend should?
Well, that is true, but...
But...
Alas, refer to me however you will. After all, a name exists such that others may address you with it. One is hardly ignorant of that fact.
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the years, Cloud Retainer.
Dude, that voice!
One has indeed. One's previous stays were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation of the hubbub and commotion of the city, as well as the people's hard work and ardor. This city is much changed from how it was more than 1,000 years ago.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration. Human society possesses limitless potential. In another 1,000 years, the scene we witness here may change in ways that are impossible for either of us to imagine.
Alright, that's enough reflection for one day. No need to get all sentimental on us.
Yes!
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some specialty dishes together?
Food!
One must profess great interest in trying bamboo shoot soup.
Bamboo shoot soup.
Perhaps
now you're making me hungry
have
again.
Forgotten, Cloud Retainer, but I once tried my hand at that dish. You were at the table on that occasion, so logic dictates that you should have already tried it.
Oh? What occasion was this?
Yeah, what was it? When?
It was a reunion between friends several centuries ago. Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply availed themselves of faster reflexes on that occasion.
Hardly. 'Twas most certainly out of consideration for the others in attendance. In but a moment, one will show you what it means to have a true deftness of hand.
Ooh.
It is settled then. Bamboo shoot soup, mora meat, crab roe tofu, triple layered consommé. We shall enjoy the lot.
Sounds good to me.
One has already passed word to Xianyun Ganyu to make a reservation. It is prime time for them to meet one's newest disciple. Is that agreeable to everyone?
Yes! Xianyun!
It should be a most splendid occasion.
Thank you so much, Clown Retainer.
Xianyun, come now, it is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhang Li. He is,
Yeah, how do you explain this one?
A humble employee of Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor.
There you go!
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Works at the funeral parlor.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zhengli.
That should be everyone, right? Let's go!
Let's go!
Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite. You know, 'cause it's super tempting and stuff. Is that true?
That sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation, certain dishes can be too delicious to resist.
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon!
Paimon, you can float, so you can fly. You catch up pretty quick.
Hey, wait up!
Yeah, don't leave her behind, especially when it comes to food. She might punch you in the face. Dude. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 story quest. 10 out of 10 story quest right there.
If the Arataki
That was
gang
amazing
stirs
and
up any
awesome.
trouble, I'll drag
Loved it.
every last one
Loved
of
it.
them back
Love
to
Xianyun's character. She is smoking hot. She's beautiful. Her voice acting, like I said, we got lucky enough. We got to raid over into Xianyun's voice actor. She streams over on Twitch. We got to raid over into her, and she was super, 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 super kind and super welcoming. She was awesome. Just a great job. Fantastic job. Great story. Emotional story. This game is, makes me sad and but it brings out those emotions, and I love it. Loved it. 10 out of 10 story quest.